So today we'll be taking a look at some interesting stories regarding Alexa Bliss, the Flair family, Bray Wyatt, and more. For today's question of the day, would you be interested in seeing a horror sort of film featuring some of Bray Wyatt's characters? Let's get into this story regarding Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's no-compete clause is set to expire on October 29th, 2021. That's the date that Bray will be free to sign somewhere else if he so pleases. Everyone is sort of automatically assuming Bray Wyatt will sign with a company like AEW and keep his wrestling career going. But a former WWE writer is begging Bray to be done with wrestling because they believe there's much bigger and better things for him to do out there with his creativity outside of wrestling. While speaking to Sportskeeda Wrestling, the former WWE head writer urged Bray Wyatt to get a Hollywood agent, get a screenwriter, and head into the entertainment scene. The former writer believes that Bray is capable of creating the next Jason or Freddy, just becoming a huge horror icon. This former WWE writer believes that Bray is just better than wrestling. So let's talk about this idea because it's respectable and realistic. Everyone wants Bray in the wrestling industry. His creativity is obviously unmatched. He's a true standout star in this business. But the idea of Bray shifting over from wrestling to Hollywood with his creativity is actually a good idea. Like the writer said, Bray is just better than wrestling. No one can match his in-depth storytelling, and sometimes it just doesn't receive the right appreciation that it truly deserves. Some wrestling fans out there don't really care for the level of supernatural storytelling that Bray is bringing to the table. They just want to see wrestling. They don't care about all that. And that's fine. That's respectable. Everyone has their own opinions on what they like and what they don't like. But in a way, wrestling is limiting how far and deep Bray can get with his character and his story. Obviously, majority of wrestling shows are right around 2 hours. So there's not that much time to really dive into a story the way Bray really wants to. Wrestling storyline related segments are mostly short, sweet, and not that deep most of the time. The complete opposite of what Bray wants and needs. He wants to go in depth. He wants to throw hidden messages at you, Easter eggs, and more. And to do all that, you really just need more time. So it is interesting to think about what a TV series or a film fully dedicated to Bray Wyatt's ideas and creativity would look like. He would have all the time and creativity freedom in the world to tell his story in whatever way he feels like, with no restrictions. So they take that idea, polish it up, and maybe you do have a big Hollywood entertainment hit that his wrestling fans and even non-wrestling fans would enjoy. Originally, there was some rumors a few years back that the idea of a WWE-produced movie on the Fiend's backstory was lightly discussed and mentioned from time to time. WWE does have their own film studio. They put out movies together every so often. So a lot of fans were thrilled with the possibility of seeing a WWE featured film that solely focused on the Fiend's story, his journey, and how he became to be who he is. Just an origin horror story for the Fiend. Obviously, a movie on the Fiend is sorta out of the question now. Yes, Bray did come up with a character, but the Fiend belongs to WWE. They can hold all his rights. So Bray can't take that character and go with it to Hollywood or even AEW with it. But maybe, if he switches it up enough, a new monster, a new creation, completely different character, maybe he'll be able to bring that with him to whatever his next career move may be. So, just a really interesting point there by his former writer. Everyone obviously wants to see Bray Wyatt remain in the wrestling industry, but we wouldn't be upset if he was to get his own series or film in Hollywood either. That just sounds as exciting. So, it really will be an intriguing thing to keep an eye on for sure. Bray will have a massive following behind him, no matter what he decides to do next. In other news, there's a small update to the Flairs coming to AEW. This conversation was originally started by Andrade, and a post that he made a few weeks back. Andrade posted a picture of himself with Charlotte Flair and said that he knows that they'll be together at ringside one day. And that post had everyone talking about it. How exactly that could happen? If Andrade and Charlotte are going to be in the same ring together one day, where does it happen? AEW, WWE, or maybe even elsewhere? That's what everyone was discussing, and no one could really come up with an answer. Well, since that post was made, Ric Flair was granted his release from WWE. And even though it started as a joke, there's actually some discussion about him going to AEW. Reports also claim that Andrade's biggest wish is to have his entire family, including the Flairs, on one roster. So, if Ric Flair is possibly on the move, that has everyone asking about Charlotte Flair. But like we talked about when Andrade first made this post, it's extremely hard to imagine Charlotte leaving WWE for AEW. Almost impossible and not even worth it to discuss because it just seems that ridiculous. There just doesn't seem like any way Charlotte would leave for AEW. She's one of WWE's favorites. She spent her entire career there. She seems more than happy. It just doesn't seem like she would ever leave, at least not right now. But that's apparently Andrade's goal. He wants the entire family on the same roster. So, we'll have to see if that ever happens down the line. Alexa Bliss recently celebrated her birthday this week and had some friends over. One of these friends was former WWE superstar Mojo Rawley. Mojo posted a video to his Instagram story pretending to show up at Alexa's house unannounced for the party. And to really understand this new clip and the story behind it, you need to know the history between Mojo and Alexa. Mojo and Alexa Bliss always posted these funny clips and interactions between the two of them, going all the way back to their early days in NXT in 2014 and 2015. Mojo and Alexa would always post weird clips, such as this new one, and they would all go viral online amongst the fans. Obviously, with Mojo being released for a long time now, we haven't seen them post a clip like this in a long time. So it was a great reference to those clips that they used to post way back in the day. Everyone came out to celebrate Alexa's birthday though. Fans came out and wished her a happy birthday. Fellow WWE superstars all came out as well. Nia Jax even posted a series of throwback clips with Alexa Bliss from over the years. Alexa Bliss has accomplished so much in WWE since she made her main roster debut in 2016, and she continues to be a focal point in WWE programming even in current day. We're all patiently waiting to see what WWE does with Alexa Bliss and Lily. How similar or how different will it be compared to Bray Wyatt's Fiend, and how would it work? So that's what we're really waiting for when it comes to Alexa Bliss. Will Alexa Bliss portray Lily, or will that role be played by another woman? It's the question everyone has been asking since April, but maybe we'll finally have an answer to that question come SummerSlam, where Alexa is expected to take on Eva Marie. Will SummerSlam be where Lily finally debuts at? That's what we'll have to wait on. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Would you like to see Bray Wyatt have his own project in Hollywood? Do you think there's a chance that the Flair family goes to AEW? And what did you think of Mojo and Alexa's reunion clip? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.